With that, meet Marcus and Kim Lockwood. We do this on a case study basis, and boy, did we have some fun doing this case study. Every time we had a speaker call, new facts started to evolve. And so you're going to meet the Lockwoods. We've gotten to know them very, very well. They live up in Bronxville. They've been married 24 years, but unfortunately, as many marriages do, it's breaking up. So we're going to deal with a divorcing couple who has done estate planning and who has plans in place. How do you unwind the plan? How do you plan for them post-divorce? And we're going to throw in some kids and parents and other things as we do, because it is an intergenerational conference. Estate planning, retirement planning, insurance planning. How does it all fit together in this family? And of course, they own a business. MK Fuel, which was originally just a fuel company over in Brooklyn, but it has now a patent on some innovative fuel cell technology. So it has a potential for explosive growth. How do you deal with that business in the context of divorce and in the context of estate planning? Real world issues that we're going to pull apart for you. The propane business started in 1958, relocated up to Tarrytown, New York with a new plant, new building, $10 million, $8 million mortgage. They're currently renting the land. And Marcus thinks, and Kim thinks, that the business might be worth $35 million. But as all business owners, they know best. So we're going to talk about the real world valuation and how that plays into the divorce and the estate plan for the couple. The children, Marcia. So had to do that. Marcia is Kim's daughter, but not Marcus's daughter. Kim's daughter from a prior relationship. So this is Marcus's stepdaughter, but she also happens to be the one who developed the patent and works with Marcus in the business. So Marcia is the heir apparent to MK Fuels, and we need to factor that into the plan. How do we get her involved in the business? How do we lead to an ultimate transition? Marcus is not old by any means. He's only 62, but we want to bring Marcia in and along because she is the one that's going to be the driver of this growth in MK Fuels. The other children are not so motivated. They have grown up in a very affluent household. They have gone to good schools, but they are very artistic, musical, and don't have a drive in the business. They don't want anything to do with the business, but they would certainly like to be supported by it at some point during their lifetime. So we have Ted, 23, and Carol, 21. Bob and Alice will be here next year, for those of you old enough to remember. And so we have to figure out a way to bring them into the plan. How do we get the business to Marcia, make sure that Kim and Marcus have adequate income and resources for their lifetimes, and then take care of this valuable business that's growing in Marcia's hands? And Kim's mom, Joyce, had a late in life change. So when the kids were grown, she got divorced, and she's healthy, but showing some signs of aging, and she has developed a relationship with her partner, Barbara. So Joyce and Barbara are now contemplating marriage late in life. And so what are the factors that go into counseling clients who are in that track, whether they're same-sex couples or heterosexual couples? What are the factors? What should you be looking at in terms of guiding those clients in tax, Medicaid, and other healthcare issues in the context of marriage? And we'll have Peter Strauss talk about that on the tail end of the program. They've been together for 10 years. Joyce has a condo in her name, $250,000, $100,000 mortgage. She has New York State Partnership Long-Term Care Insurance. Many of you might not even know what that is because you can't buy it in New York State anymore. But she has a policy that she purchased 25 years ago that provides substantial benefits to her and Medicaid protection. How does that factor into Barbara's planning and Joyce's planning? We're going to talk about that. This is the family tree, very simple schematic. Kim, Marcus, the kids, Joyce, and Barbara. The divorce. Marcus will continue to run MK Fuels, supports Marcia's growing role in the company, concerned about splitting up the jointly owned assets as every spouse going through a divorce is. Kim wants to make sure that she has sufficient income for her lifetime to continue the lifestyle that she developed through the 24-year marriage. She works at the Guggenheim. She's also into the arts, hence the two kids grew up loving the arts along with her. She wants to have secure income, leave a legacy for the three children, and to support her mom, Joyce, because she gives her support now during her lifetime should something happen to Kim. Total net worth of this couple, $60 million. Current annual income, approximately $2 million distributed to Marcus and Kim from the business and another $500,000 of investment income. The old fuel cell plant or the old fuel company plant over in Brooklyn, they own. It's in individual names and it's worth about $10 million now because Brooklyn real estate has gone up. The plan in the divorce, how do we deal with this asset, very valuable asset? And how do we work it into the plan in a way that will satisfy income needs and also provide for future equity? Jointly held assets, primary residence in Bronxville at 5 million, condo in Miami at 3, non-qualified assets 5.53, personal property of 2, and the real estate assets of 18 million. Marcus has a 401k of 2.5 million and a rollover IRA of 950. He also has life insurance, and Lisa Lavutin's going to talk about existing life insurance and how life insurance fits into this plan going forward, a second to die policy, and some term insurance. These are Kim's assets, much more modest than Marcus, a rollover IRA, inherited Roth, and a Roth IRA. She also has life insurance that was purchased some time ago. So how do we make sense of all of that in her financial picture? Not a lot of debt. The vacation condo has a mortgage of $435,000. That is not bad in light of their overall asset value. And like many couples did, if they listened to us and went to our programs over the past several years, they created spousal lifetime access trusts. So they each created a slat and funded the slat for the other. And we're going to talk about those slats and how they factor into the plan. Can we break them down? Should we break them down? Should we leave them intact? Should we look at swapping assets, maybe from one trust to the other? Because one might have business assets, the company stock that Marcus created for Kim, and the other was funded with liquid assets by Kim for Marcus. Planning concerns? Well, I'm going to skip over that and go to their goals. Plan for divorce, maximizing wealth, securing income, financial future, taking care of the kids, and creating a legacy. And what does that legacy look like for Ted and Carol and Bob? So they've hired our team of advisors, and we're going to put a plan together for you